Hello, how is it going? Janelle here, CEO of Cortex Solutions, and I'm your lead instructor. We're about to talk about firewalls and network security devices brought to you by ACSMI. Let's get right into it, shall we? So, as we know, firewalls are our first line of defense. We know that network security devices are, in a sense, essential for us to secure our environment. Make sure that that security posture is as sound as possible. When we are protecting our home network, we know that we have something in place, firewalls, of course, and other things that may assist in this aspect. But also thinking in terms of when we began with firewalls, this is just simple packet filtering. But now we have something that's way more evolved. Web application firewalls even has the capability of doing deep packet inspection. So what's a firewall? We know that a firewall is going to filter incoming and outgoing traffic based upon a set of rules. Think of it as ACLs, access control list. Our whole goal is to basically create a barrier between what's trusted and what's not trusted. What's not trusted is going to be the internet. We don't know what's out there, right? We know what's internally, right? We know what's going on internal. Another good thing to note is stateful firewall inspection, right? So this is going to track the state of active connections, right? Our next gen firewall has the ability to add on that traditional feature and then also add in some more advanced functionality like traffic decryption. We talked about it being able to look at encrypted traffic and know what's happening. Certain organizations like Palo Alto, they're really good at this. They've had and created such great tools that allows organizations to monitor encrypted traffic and prevent these advanced threats that are happening back and forth. Now, the core function of a firewall is, it's about traffic control. Think of it like your stoplight. Go, no go, slow down. You know how it goes. Right? Monitors and logs with cameras. Don't go that way sign is going to use it to block something. But these are the core functions of a firewall. Now, you can also filter by content too, which is very good, very smart, because this is a type of content on the actual site itself, whether that be social media platforms or sites that you don't want your children to be going to. Smart, right? Because we want to make sure that we can filter certain things out that don't need to essentially be there anymore. Now, beyond the firewalls, like we talked about before, you have your IDSs and IPSs. Your web application firewalls can defend your web applications, right, from those cross-site scripting, request forgery, okay, injection attacks. Look up the OWASP top 10 for web application vulnerabilities. I would definitely suggest you do this just to get another, glance at it. We'll talk about that way later on, but it's good to know about it, right? It's good to know about it. Now, when we want to configure a firewall, if you want to do this like an expert, take a look at what we can do. Think about it like this. When we're learning to configure a firewall, we know that we have ACLs. We can do zoning as well too, dividing up the networks into security zones like a DMZ. You can have trusted and untrusted. We know that we don't trust this, or we know that we have a client-facing server out there that we're not going to necessarily trust. So we want to be able to factor that in. Advanced features like geo-fencing and sandboxing, these are all features that we can utilize because, again, we're trying to configure like a pro, like an expert. Some of the challenges in managing these firewalls, misconfigured firewalls, they can lead to these loopholes or these holes in your firewall, holes in your perimeter. You don't want that. No, not at all. And then having firewalls and understanding that we need to ensure that it's tuned up properly. And if it's not, it can introduce latency due to extensive packet analysis. Do we need to analyze all these packets that really don't need to be analyzed? No. So you want to tune it, just like your SIM. You want to tune it just in the right way where it makes sense. The best practices are going to be, you want to review your firewall rules, okay? Just like your logs. Review those logs. Have an automated way to review these logs. You don't want to sit there. Go through all of them. Okay, you want to have a good way to say, okay, this is good. This is compared to last week or yesterday or whatever the case is, and you can compare. But automate it, please. It's going to help you out. Now, centralized management, you want to use tools such as Panorama, right, for managing these policies across distributed firewalls. You can put these policies into place. And then you have your threat intelligence integration, or TIP. This is where you can kind of block or set it up to block these emerging threats a lot rapidly because you're integrating threat intel. There you go. Now, an example of this, think about, we talked about network segmentation, so let's go a little bit more in depth and add in the isolation aspect of it. So scenario here is a global retail company wants to separate its payment processing system from its public-facing e-commerce system. This is actually one of the questions on certain exams too. Now, what they want to do is they want to prevent attackers from accessing sensitive information. So a few key steps that you can look at doing is you want to divide the network, public zone, payment zone, admin zone, when you're putting in security zones. Good. And only having those systems in these zones and putting perimeters or putting them in like bubbles. And then you want to deploy firewalls between these zones, right? This helps us restrict the aspect of actually having that strict access. There is a certain kind of radio button you can put into play, right, where you can only allow HTTPS traffic between the public-facing server and the payment system. You want to be able to do that because, well, it's encrypted for one, right? So you want to have that strict access ACLs in place. That's just an example. Using VLANs as well too is going to block traffic that's not necessarily supposed to be there, right? I talked about how if you don't specifically allow traffic to come from one VLAN to the next, it's not going to get there. It doesn't know where to go. Okay? And you want to implement rules that are going to block the database access from the public zone. You don't want someone from outside to go in and look in the database, but you can use tools such as Cisco ASA, Palo Alto, and VLAN configurations within your managed switch. So you have unmanaged and managed switches. So we get to know kind of the differences between those two as well. And really what we're trying to do is just prevent breaches, right? Segmenting the different sections in the network, saying I don't want my POS system, payment system being in contact with the database and being in contact with the web-facing server. We don't want that. But again, this has been great. It's Gennaro, CEO of Cortex Solutions, and I just pretty much talked to you about the aspect of understanding what it means to have like a deeper understanding of network security and firewalls. Brought to you by ACSMI. It's been great, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.